Hi there. So what brings you to trading? You might say, I want to buy a fancy car in 6 months. Or, I want to be able to buy a house on the lake in a year. Or maybe I want to live on a yacht in Tahiti surrounded by beautiful girls and not have to work anymore. If you stated one of the previous reasons or something similar, then I'm sorry to tell you that you are on the wrong track and you're setting yourself up for failure and frustration. You see, trading is not about quick gains in short periods of time. It is more like a lifestyle, a journey that will eventually lead to financial freedom if you master the game. Only if you master the game. And to master the game, you need 3 things: time, persistence, and discipline. Not a single successful trader I know of became truly successful without possessing those qualities and passing some significant trading screen time. We will talk about those qualities in detail later down the course. There is a famous statistic which says that 90% of traders fail. And I can tell you with confidence that those who fail are the ones that come to the market with unrealistic expectations and look at trading as a sort of gambling, a guaranteed lottery ticket that will make all their dreams come true instantaneously, and money would start pouring like rain the minute they start trading. This might be due to the stereotypic images they see of ostentatious stock traders and brokers posing beside their fancy possessions. The problem is, when people see those images, they don't think about the journey those traders had to make and the ups and downs they had to go through to reach that level, but they focus instead on the final result and expect to start from where those guys ended. Now, I am not telling you that you can't dream big. That is perfectly fine, even healthy, because that keeps you motivated. All I'm saying is don't make your primary goal at the beginning of your journey a materialistic one, but instead channel all your energy and goals on developing yourself as a trader, controlling your emotions, and mastering trading psychology. Those will lead to consistent profitability and eventually to fulfilling your material dreams and goals. More on that in the psychology section of the course. Okay, so now that we have agreed on having realistic expectations and prioritizing our goals, let us switch gears and discuss some of the explosive potential of trading stocks to get you motivated. Almost every single day, there is at least one stock that runs 30 or 50 or even 100%, sometimes even more. These stocks are a great opportunity if you can find them and properly capitalize on them, which is the purpose of this course. Let me now show you some charts of stocks that we call supernovas. They are stocks that make explosive gains in short periods of time. Now, if you don't understand how to read those charts or what the different rectangles, lines, and colors mean, that is perfectly fine. We will go over all of this later in the course. Here, I am just showing you the potential that these stocks hold and the incredible runs they can make. Okay, so let's start with BGI. Burks Group is a company that designs and retails jewelry in the US and Canada. In July 2016, they reported good earnings and the market reacted to that in a highly positive manner, rallying the stock price from about 50 cents up to a high of over $5, yielding a whopping 870% or 9.7 times intraday, before pulling back and finishing the trading day up 422%. Now that is incredible. The next example is MYOS, which is a biotherapeutics company. For some reason unknown to me, it started running up early January 2017. Maybe it is insider info, who knows? But the stock made a gigantic move intraday from $1.3 to a high of $7 through a series of short squeezes, which we will discuss later in the course, giving us a huge 438% window from low to high to capitalize on. Another one is DELT. This company is a Chinese chemical manufacturing company that announced plans to produce some sort of environmentally friendly germicide in June 2016. As a result, the stock price rallied over 200% intraday, from $1 up to $3.14 in the first 3 hours, before pulling back and ending the day up 127%. Now, some stocks make big moves, then continue to move higher for a few more days. Let me demonstrate some examples of those stocks that have follow-through momentum. Here we see ETRM, a stock that rallied from a low of 1.75 to a high of 30.4 in just 4 days. This is a massive 1,600% or 17 times. The company produces medical devices to control obesity and announced some new therapy which was adopted by several institutes, and that sparked interest in the stock trading world. Next is IDXG, which develops molecular diagnostic tests. They announced that Aetna Insurance is covering their test, causing the stock price to run from $1 to 19.8 in 3 days. That is 1,800% in 3 days. A couple of weeks later, IDXG again made a huge intraday move from $5 to $14, nearly tripling in a single day. My final example is the shipping sector mania that occurred in November 2016. DRYS sparked what is known to be one of the biggest rallies in recent times after they announced good earnings. The stock moved from $4.8 to $102 in a matter of 4 days. That is a jaw-dropping 2,000% or 21 times. Now I know the numbers shown on the slide are $38 to $816, but that is because they announced a reverse split, which we will cover later down the road. The huge rally of DRYS pulled along with it the whole shipping sector in sympathy plays, and stocks like DCIX, for example, ran over 1,200% in the same 2 days. Also, SINO, 600%, and others soon followed. These were a few of the many examples of stocks that made huge moves, and I could go on, but we really need to move on. I am not saying that all stocks do these parabolic moves, but a 50 to 100% intraday is quite often, and a 30 to 50% is really abundant. To be realistic, you will very rarely buy at the bottom and sell at the exact top, so you will never catch the full range of profit. But you can lock in 10 to 15% easily if you follow the right setup, go with the momentum, and stick to some rules. And that is every single day. So imagine the magic of compounding at play here. Now I must admit that this is a rather optimistic view, because you will definitely have losing days and break-even ones. You would probably even have more losing days than winning days in the beginning, and you need to accept that fact and embrace it. But I am talking here about the final state, past this learning curve, when you eventually become consistent and profitable after your learning journey has paid off. The question then becomes, are you persistent and disciplined enough to finish the journey and cross the barriers to start reaping those gains? You need to have the mentality of when I become profitable, not if I become so. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now that I have your attention, let's jump right into the subject and start by defining the different styles of trading in the next lesson. Thank you and see you next time.